Hi, my name is Woojong, and in this video I will be sharing with you footage from my Instagram live stream that I did the other day, and I will be answering the question, how I found my life calling. Essentially, how did I find my life purpose? How did I find the work that would give me a sense of fulfillment in life? And not only that, I will be sharing with you a personal side of me. So without further ado, let's get started.
이게 뭐야, another bad day. 슬프다, what can I say? Right here is a good start. Woojong to heal the heart, yeah.
First, I want to give you guys a little bit of a history lesson of who I am, because not many people know who I am, right? So growing up, I had a really rough childhood. And when I say rough, I don't mean like I didn't get the toys that I wanted. Oh, I didn't get to have a blanket. This is how rough it was. I didn't have a bed. All right, let's put it that way, a TV. But let's go even further back from the foundation. I was born to Asian American immigrant parents. They barely spoke any English. I was born into the lowest socioeconomic class in America, so below poverty. Number 4, I grew up in the ghetto. Number 5, I was raised by a single mother. I was exposed to drugs, depression in my family, alcoholics, whatever, you name it. I went through it, right? I went through all of that. I had a rough upbringing. And the thing is, when I was going through all of that, I didn't have someone to tell me that it was going to be okay, right? Nothing like that. No comforting, nothing like that. My childhood, my teenage years, it was rough. But here's the thing. I don't look at it as a pity party. I don't look at it with a victim mentality. Rather, the way that my upbringing happened, it set me up for success, because this is what I said. I'm never gonna allow that to happen to me ever again. I'm never gonna allow what I went through to happen to my kids. So, with that said, the reason why I'm a motivational speaker or life coach or whatever you want to call it, it's all pretty the same title essentially. The reason why is because I want to impact lives, right? And I want to help the world become a better place through me. Because how do I know this is me? Like, this is my gift? It's because ever since I was a little kid, even when I was down to like playing with the neighborhood kids or in the recess playground or sports or whatever, I was born with this innate ability to lead. I was always a leader, no matter what, you know? And people say that you can teach someone how to be a leader, but the thing is, I agree with that. I really do agree with that, but there's also such a thing where some people are just innately leaders. That trait is just born into them. I was always a freaking leader. And what does being a leader entail, right? It means being able to motivate your troops to follow you. It means being able to rally and support a cause while you're leading the tip of the spear. It means being able to inspire and throw hope into them, right? And show them what it means by leading by example. And I've been doing that my entire life, right? With sports, military, you name it. And so it was just a natural transition for me to just keep doing what I've been always good at, which is literally leading people by living by example, that's showing you that your circumstances, your situation doesn't have to define who you are. If you really want something bad enough, you can get out of it and you can get it. And that's why I became a motivational speaker. The thing is, you have to know this, is even though I didn't have anyone there for me growing up to say like, you can do it, Woojong, it's not always gonna be like this, even when I was homeless and all that stuff, no one told me that it was gonna be okay, right? And so I had to fight through it, otherwise I would have to become another statistic, right? You know, go into a life of crime, drugs, violence, dropping out of school, the whole 9 yards. But I didn't want that, because I always knew that my life was destined for better, even though I was dealt the shittiest hand in history. Actually, probably not the shittiest, because I have really immaculate health. My health is like my greatest blessing of my life. But anyways, the thing is, what you have to know is, sometimes all it takes is for one person, one influential figure, one role model to tell somebody that looks up to them that you can do it, that they believe in them. That's all it takes for them to become the person they were meant to be. But oftentimes, we don't have that. We don't have a nurturing environment. So many of us are surrounded by a toxic friends, relationships, family. Sometimes family are the worst people for you. They're the ones that will kill your dreams. I talked about it in a video where dream killers, the first people to tell you that you can't do something is your family or your closest friends. And that's what I'm trying to say, man. Like, they don't have that support system to say like, yo, I believe in you. You want to do it? I believe in you. As long as you're willing to put in the heart, effort, and determination, perseverance, and develop resiliency, then you can do it. But they don't have that. Some people, they're just surrounded by negative Nancy's, and it breaks my heart. And that's why I don't believe that family is a bond for like you to always help them out, and family is like family first. Biggest bullshit I've ever heard in the world. What matters is how they treat you and how you treat them. The relationships matter. Whether it's friends, co-workers, church mates, friends, okay, I think I said friends twice, or family. Just because you share the same last name doesn't mean shit, right? You don't owe them anything. They brought you into this world, that was their own choosing, right? They should have wrapped up. Or maybe they planned to have you, but it's their responsibility to raise you. It's not like you, who else was gonna raise you? The neighbors? Foster parents? Like, get out of here, dude. Entitlement right there. So in my opinion, it's the people that treat you right that deserve your respect, your attention, and for you to nourish that relationship, right? It doesn't matter if it's your mom, dad, or best friend, or whatever it is, childhood friends. And that's why for me, I keep the people close to my heart that have always been there for me, thick and thin. And it's not necessarily family. I hope this is a lesson that you guys can take away from this. Just because you share a last name, it doesn't mean you owe them anything. And once you start believing that, you will seriously start living your life. Because a lot of us are trapped under the idea that they're my parents, I owe them this, I need to do this for them. And a lot of you guys don't pursue the path that you need to because you think you owe your parents something. Stupidest thing I've ever heard. This is your life and you're living it right now. And every second you waste, you're dying. It's yours, it's your life. It's not your dad's, it's not your mom's, it's not your aunt, it's not your grandparents. It's your life, man. You get one chance and then it's over. So whether you choose to live your life for you or for your parents, it doesn't matter. And what I want to say is, why don't you live a life that's true to yourself and your own colors? Because then if you fail or you mess up, who do you have to blame? Nobody but yourself. But if you live a life that's not true to yourself and you do, say, mechanical engineering in university because your daddy told you to, because it's a good salary and it's a stable job, I'm going to be a mechanical engineer, but then you have no passion for it, then it's your own damn fault when 20 years down the road you find yourself in a deep depression and you're like, what the hell am I doing? And the reason why I'm saying this is because I've had one-on-one clients that were in their 50s, 60s, and they lived a life that was never true to themselves, right? They always lived their life according to what other people expected of them and according to their needs and standards, and so they never pursued what was on their bucket list or in their heart. And so that's where I come in as a life coach, and through that one-on-one session, I help them figure it out, get their priorities straightened out. Because let's face it, not everybody has somebody like me in their life to tell them as it is. A lot of people are getting snowflake answers, rainbows and unicorns, or they're surrounded by negative Nancy's. Sometimes you need somebody like me to spit the truth at you and wake you up. A spiritual awakening, essentially. Anyways, that was a long-ass response to why I am a motivational speaker. How do I know it's my gift? Maybe I can even go further into details. So initially, I came to Korea to become a Korean drama actor. Now, why did I choose that profession? Because even from the beginning, I always knew that I wanted to get famous. Why did I want to get famous? Because I wanted to. Okay, if you go to any Korean drama actor's Instagram, they have well over 1 million followers, correct? So my sphere of influence as a Korean drama actor would have been big, right? Right? So that's why I initially came here to be a Korean drama actor. But the closer that I got to my fate, which is Christianity, the closer I got, the more I realized what my purpose in life is. And it's not being a Korean drama actor. And that's why, even though I wanted to be a Korean drama actor first and then a motivational speaker, I realized doing the Korean drama actor route wasn't a life true to myself. Then who am I to not practice what I preach? And that's why in December 2016, I said, screw it, I'm done. I quit everything, I stopped doing auditions, and then in January 2017, I went full-time just motivational speaking and life coaching, and I've never been more happier. Never been more happier. But then if you want to take step backwards, how the hell did you end up with the idea that you wanted to be a motivational speaker? Let's let's backpedal 3-4 years ago. I was in the worst state of my freaking life. Actually, like a year and a half ago, that was the worst time of my life. So if we go backwards, I was going through a depression, anxiety, I was having suicidal idealizations, and every single night was a struggle. Every single night I was crying. Real talk, right? What kind of man will tell you straight up that he was crying every night? And it got to the point where I didn't want to live anymore, right? Because I couldn't handle it anymore. And fact of the matter is, I was always contemplating whether or not I should kill myself, because what did it matter, right? I'm only one life. There's like freaking 7 billion people in this world. What doesn't matter if I die? No one's gonna give a damn. No one's gonna care. Look at me, I'm crying here every night and nobody cares. To the point where I had a gun to my head and my mouth, ready to pop a bullet. I was ready to drive my car off a cliff. I was ready to kill myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a suicide note ready to go saying, I love you guys, but this isn't for me. And this is why I'm gonna go, and I apologize for the hurt that I'm about to pass on. I was ready to die, ready to go. And then I realized, why did I feel this way? Right? So before I killed myself, I did a self-reflection, because I realized, like, whoa, maybe I should take a step back and think about things for 1 second. And I thought about it. The reason why I got into that depression, that anxiety, like, overwhelming me with suicidal idealizations. Okay, so I was living my life in accordance to my father's expectations. And number 2 was, I was living a selfish life. I was living a life where I was chasing the salary, the title, the money, my resume, essentially. That's what I was chasing. I didn't give a damn about other people, the community. I didn't care. As long as I was getting rich, it didn't matter. Well, truth be told, I got rich and I wasn't happy. As a matter of fact, I got rich and I was so damn miserable. So damn miserable, I wanted to kill myself. Okay? So the person that you're seeing here today never would have happened, because I would have had a bullet in the back of my head. My life would have been over. Right? I don't think I've ever talked to you guys about this. This is like real talk right here. This is a side of Woojong no one really sees. This is what I wanted to show in my book, so I might have to edit this out of the video. Whatever, I might just leave it in. So anyways, once I started reflecting, I realized I was living a life so selfishly, thinking about myself only. How much money can I make? How much further can I get in the promotions with the resume padding? That was the purpose of my life then. Fast forward a little bit, I started to get curious about Christianity, and I started to look at maybe there's more to this life than just thinking about money and living for my own selfish needs. Because look where it got me. Out of curiosity, I started researching and getting into Christianity, and that was the defining moment in life. Because after I got into Christianity, my life finally had purpose. It had a sense of meaning, right? Instead of living a life only thinking about myself, I devoted and I found my purpose by helping others. And I found out that I have a freaking talent for this stuff. Not everyone can be a freaking motivational speaker and life coach. Okay, think about your Uncle Roger or your Aunt Patty. Can they be a life coach? Could you be a life coach? I'm not trying to brag, but I'm saying that all of us are giving natural talents and abilities and gifts. It's up to you whether or not you want to use these gifts to enhance your life, increase your happiness, and become the best possible person that you know you can be. Or you can put that talent that you've been given by God to the grave and never use it. I've been given this talent of being a leader, of being a life coach, of being a motivational speaker. And so, by knowing that I have this ability, I was like, okay, here's the thing. So with the gun in my mouth, I was like, listen, if I die right now, I'm not gonna be able to help people, and this is what I'm good at. So maybe I should put this gun down. But I was ready to kill myself by like driving off a cliff or whatever, because I live near the mountains. That's the true story. So this happened kind of like when I was driving, the realization. So if I die right now, I'm not gonna be able to help people, and that's my purpose on life. So why cut myself short now? And so I thought about it, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Not for me, but this time I'm gonna do it for other people, because I don't know who I can help out there. There's people in Tonga, Australia, Sweden, Finland, Saudi Arabia, Canada that are watching, and you never know what my words could do to them, right? It could be life-changing. And so I decided not to kill myself, and the person that you see today is consequently, the result of me finding God, me finding my true purpose in life, not living so selfishly, and devoting my life to helping people until the day I die. And so, and even though I lost the money, the title, salary, the resume, I lost everything, I've never been more happier. Like every single month, it's a struggle to pay for the bills. Because YouTube, let's be honest, for somebody that has 100,000 subscribers, I barely get any views. And as a result, I get little money. So every month, I barely pay the bills. But here's the thing, I've never been more happier. You see, when I was making a lot of money, and when I was rich and I had salary, title, everything, I was miserable. So damn miserable, right? But now I'm living a life where I'm dead ass broke, but I've never been more happier. And the reason being is because the dream that I had, the goal, the purpose that I found, I'm chasing it with full pursuit. And that's priceless, man. By doing this, who knows, maybe I'll become a millionaire one day, you know? Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll always be struggling to pay the bills. Maybe I'll always struggle to pay the bills till the day I die. You know, I don't know. But the thing that I do know is that I'm chasing the calling that was put into my heart. And guess what? Never been more happier. Never been more happier. And that's why, after hearing my story, I highly suggest that you start pursuing something that's true to you, to your colors, that will bring you happiness. And if you know that you have a gift, maybe it's time for you to use it, right? It's been a long road, but I'm glad I went through everything. I have no regrets. You know, I'm glad I went through depression, the whole suicide thing and anxiety, the whole struggle with the demons inside of my head. I'm glad I went through it. Because today I'm a fully functioning, healthy, normal adult. But because I went through all of those obstacles, I'm able to communicate with people and understand where they're coming from when they're depressed, that they're poor, or they're sad that they've been through abuse, or that their mother's a alcoholic and all this stuff. Being a motivational speaker, love it. I think it is my calling in life. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm right because I've never been more happier. Anyways, maybe one day I'll start getting the views on my videos and I'll finally be living comfortably. But right now, I'm going through the struggle where I'm barely getting enough views to pay for the bills. But it's okay. It's alright. I know that God will take care of me. Like no bull, I'm never too worried because I know God will either put the right people in my life, or I know that one day like my videos will just explode and I'll start becoming one of those like viral content creators, except my content will be inspiring people, which will be an amazing day. And by the way, while we're talking about goals and everything, my 2017 goal is to speak at a TED Talk. Now I always say this here and there, but I really mean it. I'm gonna try to make it happen by the end of this year. I want my own TED Talk or be one of the speakers at a TED Talk. And then other than that, get my book published by early 2018, but that's neither here or there. Alright, I think that was like a 20-minute answer for your... I don't even think that person is even here anymore. Can you tell me if you're still here, if you asked that question? How did you know that you had a gift and you wanted to be a freaking motivational speaker? I would honestly vote for him for president. You know, I wouldn't mind running for president, but I would rather not be on a political spectrum, and I'd rather do it like how I'm doing it right now, independently, where I don't have to abide by these rules or succumb to society pressures. Because right now, I'm doing what I want by my own rules and what I believe is morally right. Your faith and determination is genuinely so inspiring. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for that comment. Do you have advice for the people that's really in the rock bottom? My advice for the people that's in the rock bottom is, it doesn't get any worse than that. Once you hit the bottom, it's time for you to recover. And the imagery that I'm about to use is, do you know what bow and arrow archery is? With inertia? The thing is, when you pull the arrow back, boom, this is you. You've hit rock bottom. You're all the way back here. It doesn't get any worse than this. You know, your circumstances are terrible, your health is declining, you lost your money, you're failing in school, you're sick, your boyfriend just dumped you, you're rock bottom. But what you choose to do next is up to you. You can either pull the arrow back further and go into more miserable territory, which is all a fabric of your imagination and your attitude and perspective. Nothing's going my way, I hate everybody, and complain all the time and develop a victim mentality and go more rock bottom. Or you can say enough is enough and allow your perspective and attitude to be on your side, be your ally instead of your enemy. Because I read a statistic that 90% of the self-talk that we do is negative. Oh, I'm so fat today. Oh, I'm so ugly. Oh, look at me. Oh, but the thing is, you can train your mind to allow 90% of the self-talk in your head to be positive. And so when you hit that bottom, that rock bottom, you should release it and let the arrow shoot forward, because it's time for you to bounce back, right? If you've hit rock bottom, the only person that's holding you there after everything has happened, I'm saying after all the external situations has happened, the only thing that's holding you there is yourself. All the excuses that you've made up in your head, it's not there. So that weight that's on your shoulder is a fabric of your imagination, and you're the one doing it to yourself. So once you allow that imaginary weight off your shoulders, it's time for you to allow yourself to shoot forward like the bow and arrow. It's time for you to bounce back, make a recovery, and make the rest of 2017 your year. Or if you like how your life is right now, when you hit rock bottom, then continue to be miserable and negative self-talk, complain all the time, be negative. See where that gets you. You see what I'm saying? There is no benefit to being negative. None, absolutely. I believe in being a realist and seeing the consequences of being in reality, but I don't believe in seeing the negative and the cons of every side, right? There is no benefit to being negative in life. Being positive will do you so much better, right? Even if you don't win, even if you don't pass the test, even if you don't get the job, by being positive, you look for opportunities, you look for a learning lesson. Maybe I didn't get the job because maybe I should apply here then. Maybe I failed this test because this subject isn't for me and I should study something else. You see what I'm saying? That's what an optimist sees. But a negative person, it's, I failed this test, it's over for me, I'm a screw up, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, you see, I've been there. That's why I know that's how you talk. But you see what I'm saying? Like, being negative, it does nothing for you. That's so true. That's why I try to be happy all the time. I mean, being happy all the time is kind of counterproductive as well. You need to allow yourself to feel the emotions, like anger, sadness, when it happens, you know? I'm not about inhibiting natural occurring emotions. If your dog passes away, it's okay to be sad, man. Who the hell is gonna be happy at that time, right? I'm not about suppressing the emotions, because suppressing the emotions is just gonna screw you up in the long run psychologically. Because I was a psychology undergrad, concentration, neuroscience, and clinical, I understand the adverse effects of suppressing emotion. So if there's a reason to be sad, allow yourself to be sad and then recover. Like if your boyfriend dumps you, cry about it for a day. It's okay, let it out. But then the next day, get over it. What good is it gonna do you for crying for weeks on end? I want him back. Why the hell do you want him back? He cheated on you. He abused you. He spit on you. He cussed you out. Why the hell do you want him back? You see what I'm saying? Allow yourself to feel the emotions you need to feel and then bounce back, right? Allow that optimistic mindset to kick in afterwards. I hate how the only way to be successful in society is to have money, but you are proving them wrong. I think, first of all, I want to say thank you for that, but I think the definition of success is subjective, right? Before I chose this calling to be a motivational speaker and writing my book, you know, to become an author as well, before that, my definition of success was how much money was I making, right? That was my definition of success. Am I in the top 1% of America or not? Things like that. Superficial, stupid reasons. Now my definition of success is how many lives can I touch this week? How many people can I prevent from doing suicide? How many people can I inspire hope into so they actually pursue their dreams and passion? How many kids can I help influence so they don't go down a path of drugs and violence and crime. You see what I'm saying? Like, that is my definition of success. And currently, I think I'm doing a damn good job, because every single week I'm doing one-on-one sessions. Every single week I'm reading the comments of people saying like, man, Woojong, if it wasn't for you, man, I would have been depressed still. If it wasn't for you, I would have killed myself. If it wasn't for you, my anxiety would have overwhelmed me. And it's just like, so in my own definition, I'm successful. To somebody else's definition, such as like a Korean woman, I am considered sidigi, which is trash because I don't make money. So a Korean woman, like in the street, they might look at me and check me out, but then if I tell them my story, they'll run away. Why? Because I don't have a title, I don't have a salary, I don't have the things that they look for, you know, a BMW car, the money. So I don't give a damn, because I know in my own heart I'm successful, right? It took me it was a long journey to get to this point. And this is what I wish someone would have told me when I was younger. So you're pretty damn lucky that you have somebody like me to tell you that there's more important things in life than the superficial stuff, such as the BMW car, the salary, the title. That's all superficial, man. In life, it's all about staying true to your passions regardless of all that. So if chasing your passion means you get the money, then great, I'm supportive of that. But if you're in a field where you're doing something just for the money, or just to please somebody, then dude, you're in it for the wrong reasons, man. I will not support that. Never. That's the spirit. If you're happy, then you are successful. Well, yeah, I guess if that's your definition of success. But happiness is, you need to find a reason why you're happy, right? You can't just be a broad sense. Like, I see a lot of those social media things like, I just want to be happy. But like, nah, that's too broad. You need to find what will bring you inner happiness. For some people, it's baking. For other people, it's helping the homeless. For other people, it's singing, you know? For other people, it's acting. Find what it is that makes you happy. Don't just say, I want to be happy. That's stupid. It's too broad. It can be taken away from you if something sad happens. But if you have a reason, something that gives you happiness, like personal example, my personal happiness is knowing that I made an impact on a life. Do you know what it's like to make an impact on a life? Do you know what it's like to save a life? Do you know what it's like for someone to be in tears and saying they found God because they were curious through me? Do you know what it's like for someone to be like, yo, I was gonna kill myself and I found you and I didn't do it? Whatever, we're gonna go down the list, etc., etc. Do you know what it's like to feel that? For me, that brings me happiness, knowing I was that person in someone else's life that was able to impact them in a way for a positive growth. And I think that's priceless, man. You know what I'm saying? And other people, it's like cookies, like baking cookies and muffins and cupcakes, like that brings them happiness. I'm all for it. Not everybody needs to be helping other people. Like, this is me. This is my own journey, my own calling. Your calling and your journey is your individual route, right? Not everyone should be a motivational speaker, right? Woojong brings me happiness. Great. He is a very good motivational speaker. Thank you. Thank you very much. Preach it, Woojong. I don't know who you beautiful people are, but I hope that you're having a good day and that we continue to support this intelligent man. Thank you. I helped my old friend from cutting. That's good. Always intervene when people are self-harming. Because there is such a thing psychologically known as the bystander effect, right? We don't step in because we feel as if somebody else will aid them or help them. The fact of the matter is, by knowing the bystander effect, you know that people aren't going to help because everyone else is assuming the guy next to you is going to help, so why should I help, right? But the thing is, no one ends up helping. So you need to make the bold move and help and step in. If somebody is self-harming, cutting, about to commit suicide, you need to step in. Because I promise you, unless you're a lifeguard or you're in the military or a firefighter or a cop, honestly, man, if you experience what it's like to save a life, it's priceless. Like, for reals. Once you feel that feeling, it's just like, man, why the hell was I living so selfishly? I really do hope one day you get to experience that, saving somebody's life. It's remarkable. It's seriously remarkable. I have 3 YouTube channels. Number 1 is my motivational content. And right now I'm focusing on lifestyle vlogs because I'm only gonna be living in Korea for like 6 more months, and I wanna make the most of it and show you guys a locals insider's tip to save money, to travel, whatever. So right now I'm focusing on lifestyle, but it is essentially my motivational channel. And number 2 is my spiritual channel. And then number 3 is my fitness channel. And my fitness channel, I took a hiatus because I'm waiting for my body to get like final form. So I'm thinking in May, I'll continue it up because I started my fitness channel when I started getting back into working out, which was December. And you can see how skinny I am in that channel. If you go right now, you'll be like, damn, he was skinny. So I'm waiting until May, so about 2 more months when I'm like freaking big, and then I'm gonna start making videos again on that channel. Woojong on TED. Yo, if we can get that to trend, that would be amazing. Because honestly, if a spokesperson or a representative from TEDTalk ever met me in person and interviewed me or watched one of my freaking videos, they would be like, we're bringing this guy. Because a lot of the TEDTalk speakers, like 1% are like famous people, right? But a majority of TEDTalk people are just like ordinary people, everyday people, and they get picked. Right? So it's just like, man, give me that opportunity, because man, do you know how many lives I can impact through a TED Talk? Because every TED Talk video gets like 1 million freaking views, dude. It is not a joke. Oh, you're the one who asked. Starting from the first question I asked, I'm still here. You're showing once again what an amazing speaker you are. Thank you so much. And the craziest thing is, the most ridiculous thing about my public speaking ability is that when I was in middle school and high school, I went through this phase where my childhood essentially messed me up, right? Socially. And I got to the point where I developed social anxiety. This is not bullshit. My best friends can freaking attest to what I'm about to say. There was a point in time when I was so scared to speak to people, I would piss myself. Not literally, but like, I could piss myself. I'd be sweating, it'd get hot, to the point where I couldn't speak to strangers. And I'll give you a very specific example. My social anxiety and my ability not to speak to in a public platform was so bad that when my friends and I would go out to eat at a restaurant, the first example that pops up in my head is Chipotle. When we would go to Chipotle, I couldn't even order my own burrito because I didn't want to talk to a stranger, and I didn't want to talk to the cash register person about, you know, paying for the burrito. So what I would do is I would give my best friend $1 extra or whatever to order for me because I couldn't speak to people. So we got from that point where I couldn't even talk to a cash register person to now where I've emceed K-pop concerts, I've done modeling, I've done CFs, I've done acting, and now I'm on this place. That's why all of the bad things I ever went through, I thank God, because had I not have gone through it, I wouldn't have been a good motivational speaker. But I'm one of those motivational speakers who went through so much shit, it helped formulate how I speak, right? Alright guys, I hope you enjoy this live stream where I just talked about the most random topics. And it would behoove of you to follow me on Instagram so you can catch my next live stream and be a part of the interactive audience. And I'll catch you there, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take it easy, and bless you, and have a good day.